Hello everyone and welcome back to Chappie TV. I am your host Dakota Chappie, and for you tonight, you can see my special guest. She's right here over to my right. She's the love of my life, ERIN! So excited that you're here.
I didn't know all of that until you sang it to me.
Yeah, well see then you know it's real.
It was true.
It's completely unrehearsed, which means it was very genuine and slightly off key, and that's how you know I really love you. I get overwhelmed with the feelings, and then I can't hone in on the notes.
Just out in song.
That's what happens. Okay, so excited that you're here because you've been with the Dakota Chappie team for a while, and we just don't get you on Chappie TV. And you know why? It's because ERIN is our Thursday night ride or die, and by Thursday night we're usually not filming anymore. So now that she's off, because it's the summertime, because she's a teacher, thank you for your service. Check out in country, by the way. Now we get to have her, and so we're really excited. And she and I are tonight rocking out in these total jeans for you, reversible sandals, and what we like to call summer tops. Now, actually, that's not my term, that's your term, because y'all come into the store and you say, I just need some summer tops. I just need some tops. Like, we hear this all the time, and I know what you're going through. You just want to keep it simple. You want to keep it basic, but you don't want to keep it plain. Plain is a dirty 5-letter word.
I counted on my fingers.
Yes, it's 5. Plain. Basic is also borderline. I would say that, like, you know the word that starts with an S and ends with a T, but then sometimes we say the word that starts with a C and ends with a P instead of saying the word that starts with an S and ends with a T. You know what I'm talking about. The 4-letter word. I
didn't know there was a test.
Okay. Well, I feel like, okay. So okay. The word that sounds a lot like ship, but isn't ship, is that word that ends with a T. And the word
Where I was going.
And then the word that sounds a lot like rap, but starts with a C. Okay, so these are the equivalents to the words plain and basic.
Those are better words than I came up with in my head.
Okay, so basic would be the G-rated version of a dirty word, of the dirty word, and then plain would be the true dirty word.
Agreed. Okay.
Okay, and now we'd like to wrap this up. No, I'm just kidding. That was just, see how much fun it is? Okay, but you come into the store and you just want some tops, and I know what you're looking for here. You're not looking for plain, and you may not be looking for basic either, because you just want to be able to put the jean on, or the total jean, and then put the top on and not have to be like accessorizing a lot or mixing and matching. You don't want to wear a twin set, but you're like, what do I do with this? And then by that time, your mind kind of leaves your body, and then you call your girlfriend and you go, you know, I have a headache, I'm just not going to come out. And it's because you don't feel put together and you don't feel cute. And we know that if you're not feeling this whole thing, that you're not going to be available for anybody else to feel this whole thing. And that's the mission that we are on here at Dakota Chappie. It is change lives, serve women, and we do that through clothing that functions on a high level, high functioning clothing that serves your true needs, giving you full range of movement and abilities to do what you need to do, what is on your task list, but then also that you can then identify with, so that you know that you have done your justice to yourself before you go out and try to help other people. When you are on the airplane and the stewardess grabs that weird mask out of the overhead bin that's a little dusty and not attached to anything, and then she like slips it over her head and she says, you need to secure your oral oxygen mask before assisting others. That's because, babe, if you can't breathe, you cannot put on anyone else's oxygen mask. You cannot assist. And in your life, if you don't feel like you've done yourself justice and you've taken care of yourself first, then you are also not able to do that. And that is why I always say, do you. It is not selfish to do you. It is serving to you to do you. You have to do you to the benefit of other people. And it starts with what you're going to wear in the morning. That's where it starts. Okay, so
yes.
I don't even know if you're still with us, because that was like, you know, that was a good mix of human emotion. Okay, but this top I feel like is one of those tops that you're searching for, because it has some details built in, Same thing with ERIN, okay? Now this is a brand new top for us as well as this. Super interesting detail. This is a bit of a Venezia fabric. It's got some stretch in it. It's not a cotton jersey. It's not going to pill. It's not going to fade. Not going to look tired. But it's not a blouse in the way that it's like, you know, stiff like a chiffon either. It's got some stretch and movement. It has a little bit of a pleat here as well, so you get a really nice little movement there, little kick, little ease for the hip line. That's going to keep that top from being sucky-tucky back underneath when it's added stress point through the hip line, which is actually your butt. Your butt's another way to say hip. It really is. So, you know, that's what happens with a lot of these tops, is they're not cut generously enough through the hip to accommodate a grown woman's body. And so then they want to pull back underneath and be sucky-tucky. This is not your torso's fault. This is not the fault of your, you know, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it your stomach, your midriff. I like to refer to mine as my uterus. Not going to apologize for that because, hello, this is where the next generation is coming from. You need to thank me for all of this. But, so you don't have to deal with that when you have these tops that are cut properly. And then this has that little bit of chiffon trim on the end of it, which is a great detail. Fabulous here for ladies who are of average height because we're not going to lose your silhouette. You're not going to be drowning in fabric. Sometimes these tops, they just ride that line between being a tunic and a dress, and if your silhouette isn't balanced properly, your eye line gets cut in half. If you need a little bit more modesty and you're comfortable with a little bit more length, let's bring in some fabrics that the light comes through. And that's what you've got here in this detail. Bit of a high-low as well, so we're not getting her eye line cut off through her leg. It actually makes her leg look nice and long. Super fantastic. And then underneath there, of course, is the total jean. So this is the no crack guarantee. Because ERIN does not have to try to keep a tank top tucked in. ERIN does not have to try to pull a tank top down over that. ERIN is not trying to untwist her tank top as it twists and rides underneath her clothes. She sits on a bar stool, which she does a lot. No, she doesn't. But if she did, she would not have to worry about the passerbys looking at her butt crack because this has a no crack guarantee. Now, truthfully, you are a teacher and you do a tremendous amount of bending over because the littles, their faces are here.
Yep.
And so if you need to be eye to eye with a little, then you need to be actually down here with the
I
little.
do a lot of this, chatting with littles. I do a lot of this, chatting with littles. And never once do I have to pull my shirt down in the back before I did.
Yeah, so it's great.
A lot.
And people want to know about the bathroom stop on this thing. I love this because ERIN's a teacher, and all of my teachers say, I don't have time for that, I don't have time for that. You do not take your clothes off. You do not take your clothes off. You simply slide your arm out of your top and you pull the total jean down. It's not a big dramatic process of removing all of your clothing. Not at all. It's actually faster than futzing around with the belt and tucking everything in. And then 5 minutes, you're still where you want to be, whereas 5 minutes in what you're wearing now, you're coming apart at the seams again. So it's fabulous. Yes, we call it the no crack guarantee. Now, here's what we want you to know about the total jean. Yeah, see the no crack guarantee? There's a little song that goes to it. So when you pull your pants up and you pull your top down, remember me and ERIN. Put a stop to the muffin top and get the no crack guarantee. That's what you need to know.
Yes.
Okay, so you switch into your next outfit, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this top because this has got some color blocking going on. It has this micro ribbing throughout the bodice here. This is absolutely incredible. It is making this drape and making it flex and go over the different curves of my figure incredibly. It's a little bit longer in the back. It's a little bit shorter in the front. It's a little bit higher on the sides. It is fantastic, and I want you to notice where the shoulder seams are sitting on this. This is what we call the true drape from the shoulder because it sits out here wide, and then when it does that, and with that combined with the drape of the fabric and the color blocking here, is giving me a silhouette, but I am basically wearing the easiest, most free-flowing, happiest tunic ever, but I'm still showing this incredible shape. I am absolutely in love with this top. This is the kind of top that I know you're looking for because you just want to do the jeans and you just want to do a top. You don't want to look like you're going to work. You don't want to look like you're going to a wedding. You don't want to look like it's cocktail hour. You don't want to look like you're ready to mow the lawn, right? Or like go haul trees and trash. And like trying to find those tops that really speak to those middle occasions in life is really difficult. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm taking this off because Erin and I are going to talk about another piece that I feel like hits the sweet spot. This next piece that you're about to see, it's not the first time it's been on Chappie TV, but it's what I like to call a wardrobe workhorse, because this piece works. This goes to work. It is a Monday through Sunday. It is a dress up. It is a dress down. It is incredible in the winter with the sleeve solution under it. It'll keep you nice and cool in the summer. It's modest. It's slinky. It doesn't wrinkle. It packs great. It makes you feel some kind of way. Okay, so Erin, come in and we'll talk about these tops. One size top on this. Fantastic item to order online because there's no guessing involved. It has a bit of a sewing here on the arm. So that means that it's going to stay in place for you. It is not one of those ponchos that's going to twist and ride. Also, it has some movement and drama in the sleeve, but if you notice, it's not going all the way down here as to get stuck in the ranch dip.
Oh.
Because everyone's always concerned about that when they wear these dramatic tops. They reach across the table at the elegant dinner because you know there's always ranch dip at an elegant meal. And then there's sleeves in the sleeves in the ranch.
Not good.
Not good, but not with this one. Or
You
your
guys look
computer.
so good right now. I really like those.
This is really great. It also makes your legs look really, really, really long because of the high cut here, but then you get the modesty on the sides. It's dramatic. So it's going to be a great top no matter where you are in our range of heights. This is going to be fantastic. It is just beautiful. And when it's hot out, this is a great top because the air just completely flows up underneath here. I mean, it's like wearing a tank top. V-neck, not too fleshy. All of this and more is waiting for you at the Dakota Chappie store, plus lots of really strange analogies and odd language links. Spelling, counting of letters. Woo!
I won't make you spell.
I'm going to have a Red Bull every time we shoot Chappie TV. We're at 559 South 7th Street in Bismarck, right next to Barnes & Noble, and in Minot, we're right next to the University at 813 North Broadway. We're dressing sizes 0 to 28 and beyond. This is the only place on the whole planet you can get a total jean, total jegging, total tight, total pant, or total legging. Because they're totally here, totally nowhere else. Bless up, stand up, come see us. You're way too cute to dress so average.